What is going on, everybody? This is Bronco Juggalo, and I have a bit of some sinuses or a cold or something going on here, but I'm coming to you anyways to do Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed, the fifth film in the Frankenstein Hammer franchise. I've already reviewed the first four. Here comes number 5. Guys, this movie was directed again by Terence Fisher, who directed most of the films in this franchise. It stars Peter Cushing as Baron Victor von Frankenstein, and it stars Simon Ward as his new helper, Carl. And I believe he's had a helper named Carl before, but this is a different one. Baron Frankenstein is back and at his most brutal, trying to retrieve the secrets that are inside a colleague's head who has gone mad. And he does it by way of a brain transplant. Now, this is probably the most brutal of the Frankenstein films from Hammer. Now, it is a little different because there's no actual creature in this one, but there is a experiment. There is somebody that is victimized, so to speak. There are parts in the movies with the inspecting chief of police, the inspector. All of those parts were added after the movie was completed. Some people think that it was unnecessary to add his parts because it made it a little comedic, but I think it flows well with the film. The music in this film was done by James Bernard, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because I really think he deserves some kudos. I think that his music lent immensely to the atmosphere of this film. His music was absolutely fantastic for this movie. I only have one con for this film, is that, and in a way this con almost comes into play in my pros as well, but the brutality of this film is such is that Baron Frankenstein literally rapes a woman in this movie, and I thought that was really out of character, really out of place. And in fact, both Peter Cushing and the actress did not want to do the scene, and the studio insisted upon it because they wanted to make American investors and American audiences happy. What the fuck does that say about America? What the fuck, man? I just didn't think it was within the character. He was brutal in other ways that are really good, but this brutality was not needed, in my opinion. Now, right off the bat, this movie begins with blood, and it begins with action. We have a man in a black gloves, nice suit, overcoat, almost Giallo-like, and he chops off a guy's head. And we all assume it's Baron Victor von Frankenstein, and then we find out it's somebody else, but then is it? And then that turns into a big fight, and there is just a really good opening sequence to this film. The film starts off with the high energy and the brutality right away. One pro for me is how brutal it is as far as the violent parts of it. Frankenstein has killed people in the movies before. I'm talking about Baron Victor Frankenstein. He's killed people in these movies before. But you can always tell that he always felt a little bad about it. He did it with it was like he felt it was necessary to advance the science, but he still felt bad. He does not feel bad in this movie. He gave up feeling bad. He is just brutal, ruthless fucking killer. He don't give a shit. And it shows. And as I said, the music was superb and really did lend to the atmosphere of this film. I really did enjoy the entire film, actually. Like I said, that rape scene I felt was unnecessary because it was really not in character, I think, for Frankenstein. He's never been really into caring about sexual conquest in this. I don't see why they needed to put that in there. It didn't really do anything for the film. But I really, really enjoyed this movie. This movie was really intense, and it was really good. And it keeps all those great things that we love about the Hammer Frankenstein films. The gothic horror settings, the great set design, the color saturation, everything in it is superb. I really had a blast with Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. We have 2 more films left in this franchise. The next one, The Horror of Frankenstein, does not star Peter Cushing, and we're going to discuss why on next time's review. This is Bronco Juggalo saying, go and check out all these old horror hammers. They're fucking awesome. I've really been loving them. Peace out, y'all.
Somebody should have told you I'm the wrong one. All fun and games until you see me with the shotgun. Homie, I'm the wrong one.